Tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by the Arkansas Army National Guard. Also by Razor Polish, the sharpest concrete floors in America. Tonight, the Clarendon Lions travel to Desart to take on the Eagles.
Hello and welcome to Henson Rollins Field at Desart, Arkansas for tonight's big-time 2A matchup between the Desart Eagles and the Clarendon Lions. Brad Caldwell and Duran Miller and crew here to bring you all of the action as you get a look at one of the top 2A games in the state, but also your first look at Quincey McAdoo, the Razorback commitment, wide receiver from Clarendon. It's going to be a great time here, Duran.
Yeah, big four-star wide receiver from Clarendon. Very excited to be here. We've been here all day getting prepped up for this game. We actually got to attend a pep rally with Desart, and that was a lot of fun. For pep rally, I know we've been to in many years, Brad, and just very excited to be here and watch some big-time 2A football.
We are excited to be here tonight. Let us know in the comments who you are watching. We are excited to be bringing you this top game here in the state as Desart and Clarendon will be taking on each other in what will be a battle for the 2A6 crown tonight. It has been a long season, but here we are. Also, we want to acknowledge that if you see that number 15 on the field, if you're looking at our shot right now, you can see 15 right there. Denarian Spencer is a young man that lost his life just a couple weeks ago here. Big-time part of the community of Desart. You can see in the end zones as well. He's got his number 15 here. And Desart is commemorating his life tonight and trying to celebrate a young man that was a part of the success here of the Desart Eagle football program.
Yeah, he was a former All-State player, played on the All-State or the team that made the state championship back in 2013, and he was back on this field a couple weeks ago with his sister, who was the prom queen, and escorted her onto the field. And just a huge loss, and you definitely feel it in the air tonight. That how the community is kind of sad about that situation, and they definitely love that they put his number on the field, and want to remember him for the great kid he was.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a quick first break, and when we come back, we don't want to miss that. We've got a big-time entrance for you. We want to hold on that break right now. Desart getting ready to come in, and one of the best entrances that you will see in high school football coming on. Also, we've been talking a lot about this today. Desart has some of the best high school uniforms that you will see out there. Just a great classic look.
Yeah, they got that old-school Philadelphia Eagle look, and it's awesome.
And here come the Desart Eagles. And as you can see, they are ready to go here. And here they are. Big time here. Big time atmosphere at Henson Rollins Field at Desart. And I'm telling you, we're excited about it tonight here. And we are going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we've got Desart, we've got Clarendon, we've got Quincey McAdoo, a future Arkansas Razorback. You're watching it right here on the Arkansas Sports Network, and we will be back in just a moment. We're back here at Desart as we get ready for kickoff. Kicking off for Desart is Cash Flanagan. And back deep to receive for Clarendon. It looks like number 2, Ahmad Berry.
And an onside kick.
Onside kick recovered. Oh, it wasn't recovered by Clarendon. Desart has it. Looks like number 3, Jack Kirby, has it. The ball looked like Clarendon was going to fall right on it. Number 63, Caden Reynolds, had it. Ball got behind him, and Desart has it right off the bat.
Yeah, you come out early and you trick them right there. They weren't ready for it. Had one guy should have got the ball, couldn't get on it. squirts out from under them, and Desark is in business right here. Clarendon might have the headliner in Quincey McAdoo, but these Desark Eagles are a force in this conference,
Absolutely.
and they're ready to show it tonight and win this conference championship.
Big-time rushing attack. You're going to see the ball on the ground quite a bit. Desark looking at changing their first play here from scrimmage as Cash Flanagan, the guy who just kicked the onside kick, lines up at quarterback. Motion comes to the right. Handoff goes up the middle of Kirby. Kirby, the leading rusher on the team here. Almost, he's got up in the 800 range there on the first carry. He gets about 2 yards, second down and 8.
Yeah, the Eagles run a flex bone, but they love to get north and south on you. And they got a lot of good running backs. You're going to hear Kirby, Barry Rockins averaging 6.6 yards per carry right now.
Make sure you're hitting that share button, letting everybody know you're watching this game on the Arkansas Sports Network as Kirby gets up. Looks like he's going to get down to about the 46-yard line. That's going to be third down and 5 here for the Eagles.
It's good defense in the middle by Clarendon to bottle that up and hold them here to a third and medium. And a team that doesn't like to throw the ball a lot, we'll see what they draw up here on third down.
And both teams got some impressive-looking kids. We have seen both teams up and close and personal today. I tell you what, both teams, I don't know if I'd say that half the kids look like AA players.
Right.
So back to pass. This is something that we weren't expecting. A little screen pass goes to Travion Reed. Reed, he had eluded the first tackle, but the tackle is going to be for a loss here. They're going to lose 6 on that play. Go back to looks like the 49-yard line of Desark, and it looks like Eagles may punt right here. Fourth down. They're looking at looks like 12, and Cash Flanagan looking at the sideline. He's looking at it hard here. See what they call.
For a team that don't throw a lot, I'll be a little surprised if they go for it from here on their own 48.
Play clock getting down 7, 6, 5, and they're going to have to take a quick timeout. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. It is 0-0 here as we have just opened the game up, and we'll be back here with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week in just a moment.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
While I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We're back here on the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week. Desark Eagles versus Clarendon Lions for the 2A6 Conference Championship here. Desark lining up. They don't look like they're going to punt here on fourth down and long 11, short 12. And so Desark lining up. They're in the I formation. They're going to run a play, running a toss sweep here.
It's Reed.
That is Reed. Is he going to be able to get enough? It looks like he might be just short there. Reed averaging 16 yards a carry here. I think that they thought, well, if he's averaging 16 yards a carry, we might want to give him a chance here. And
right.
He got, looks like 10 of it back, but that's going to be just short. Clarendon gets the ball and turnover on downs.
All right, so this is the first opportunity you're going to get to see four-star wide receiver Razorback commitment Quincey McAdoo in this Clarendon offense.
Yes, it's something we've looked forward to for quite a while here. This is one of those games that we've looked forward to. Caleb Williams, senior, lining up at quarterback for the Lions. He hands it off to number 8, Cohen. Cohen gets up. Looks like he gets about 3 yards there. And we're here looking at second down and about 7.
Nice tackle by Cooper Childers coming up in that linebacker's position, making a big hit on him.
Short gain brings up second down, 8 for the Lions.
So short gain there. And looks like a short 7, long, or short 8, long 7 here. Shotgun formation. They throw it out. They're trying to get it to McAdoo. Ball's high. He turns around and catches it somehow.
Wow.
Gets up the field, turned what should have been a loss into a gain. It looks like it's going to be a gain of about 2 there, so it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
That's pretty impressive because that ball slipped right through his hands, and he just turned around and scooped it up before it went back to the ground. It was completely behind him when he did that. Able to make a little bit of positive play out of that tough situation there after he's fumbled that ball.
So 2-yard gain there, 3rd down and 6 for the Lions. Again, shotgun formation. Flank to the left is Cohen. Williams calling on the snap. He takes the snap. They fake the bubble to McAdoo. They're looking deep. He throws it deep,
Yes.
and they come up with it. Big time move. Is he going to get in? No, he doesn't. That's down inside the 8-yard line. Looks like that is about a 46-yard gain there, and Clarendon is in business here.
Big reception by Terrence Hampton.
Good call there. I was looking for him. Terrence Hampton on the reception. Nice job, Duran, catching that one. Terrence Hampton, a good football name, by the way. Former Warren player, Terrence Hampton. He ended up at Tennessee. Here we go. Williams calling on the snap. He's going to take off running, flowing off to the left-hand side. He gets up, and Desart takes him down.
Nice tackle.
That's Jack Kirby. And it looks like that's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play.
Yeah, I was watching their quarterback, number 10, Caleb Williams, in warm-ups, and I'm excited to see him. Of course, you just saw that big throw under duress that he got all the way down into the 10, and I'm excited to see him play a little bit more here. He looks very athletic to me, and someone that they kind of build the offense around.
Find me a bunch that looks any better than what Clarendon looks in 2A.
They look great.
They've got a great looking ball club here. So now Williams he's dropping back. He's looking inside, and that one's just thrown into the dirt there. He was looking for McAdoo. Desart's trying to say that they got the interception, but they don't.
Yeah, I think maybe he thought, he's wide open. Then he saw the defender at the last second. He kind of, it's one of those where you kind of pull it at the last second and you just threw it in the dirt.
So here we go.
This could be a huge defensive stand here by Desark after they got that big, long pass. If they can hold him out of the end zone here, it would be big.
It's 3rd down and goal here for the Lions. Shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
For some kind of
handoff goes to Cohen. Cohen gets up the middle, and he gets in. That's a touchdown. Touchdown for Kanye Cohen, and it's 6-0 Clarendon. Just gets right
I think
up the
everybody
middle.
was thinking. I was about to say, look for a little fade route right here to McAdoo, and they hit him on a draw play.
Good play call. Good execution there by Clarendon.
Blocked it up well.
And Julian Velez kicking the extra point here for Clarendon. 6-0 is your score here from Desart. And they're going to wave it off here as the kick was up. It was good, but what do we got here? Flag on the play. It's going to be offsides on Desark.
Offsides against the
So you might see him go for 2 after that.
You might.
Eagles.
And
If they had that kind of success on that long 3rd down play, which I know they kind of caught off guard with that draw, but
good call there, Duran, on that.
yeah, they're going to try to go up early, 8-0. Let's see if they can hold them. Looks like they're bringing in a little bit bigger line. I mean, a bigger kind of a goal line set. Try to power this in.
All right, 7 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the first quarter of play.
Big 55's a fullback. Now he's moving around.
Okay, so they got a stacked backfield here. McAdoo's lining up as the kind of the pistol back.
They had to call timeout. They had miscommunication. Guys running off the field.
So here we go. Claire going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. 6-0 is your score. Clarendon with the lead, and we'll be back here in just a moment.
I hope he's not working.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
All right, we're back here as Clarendon lining up for the two-point conversion pistol formation. McAdoo as the pistol back, Cohen as your fullback, Williams as the quarterback. And a little false start. They were going to hand it right off to McAdoo. I tell you what, McAdoo looks more impressive in person than I thought he would look. He is a well put together kid. Really looks like a D1 type player.
He looks thicker than a 6'2", 175 they list him as. I can't wait to see him a little more often here on their next possession.
So now they're backing up 5, and what are they going to do? It looks like that they are going to still, by formation, they're going to go for 2 again.
Yeah, 51's not on the field. That's their kicker. And
James Robinson says Juju. I know a Juju. So here we go, shotgun formation, 2 offset backs. Here's Williams. Williams drops back. He's looking for McAdoo, throws the out. It's not there, and Clarendon is unable to come up with him. Desark, well, they're going to look to take the kickoff here. We're going to take a quick break. 6-0 is your score, Clarendon with the lead, and we'll be back here in just a moment. And we're back here at Desart. Clarendon getting ready to kick off. Brenda James says she is watching. Chris Perry says Devontae Perry. So maybe you're watching Chris. I don't know if he's on the roster or not. But anyway, Devontae, glad that you're watching. Glad that everybody's watching here on the Arkansas Sports Network. I'm going to ask that you hit that share button for us. Let everybody know that you're watching probably what is the top 2A game in the state here on the Arkansas Sports Network, and one of the top games in the state of Arkansas here this week. Kickoff comes from Velez, and Desark has it. And that's number 5. That's Reed. Reed gets up to about the 30-yard line, and that's where they'll take over. And actually, that was Rockins, Bari Rockins, taking that kickoff. And I tell you what, between Rockins and Reed, both those kids are great-looking football players for Desart.
Yeah, that was great coverage there by Clarendon. He had basically, it was a 5-on-1 on that right side, and he had nowhere to go. Good job closing in on him, and let's see what Desart can mount a drive here and tie this game up.
All right, so here we go. Desart has the ball, running the flex bone. And Cash Flanagan going to take it. Cash has started off the season as the backup. Unfortunately for Desart, Jake Reeder broke his collarbone. He was the starter. Desart gets a handoff, gets up looks like about a 4-yard gain. We'll say 4 to 5 there. We'll say 5. 5-yard gain there.
It's Quincey McAdoo on the tackle.
Yeah, and McAdoo is going to play safety tonight for Clarendon. And nice job there by Travian Reed.
Yeah, he shows some little bit of flexibility in his hips, his little cut back there. If he gets much space, he's gone. And
quick. There's a lot of speed on the field tonight for sure. 2 great-looking teams. Here comes the motion, man. That's Rockins. Rockins gets the jet sweep. He gets up, and it looks like he's going to gain about 4 there. So it's going to be a long 1, short 2 here. I guess we'll say 2. So 3rd down and 2 here for Desark as Rockins gets his first carry of the night, 3-yard gain. Flanagan looking at the sideline. I'll tell you what, Flanagan, for being a backup, really handles himself well here as we just kind of, he definitely doesn't look like a backup. Handoff goes up the middle to the leading rusher for Desark. He's going to get the first down. And he gets about 3 yards there, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Nice job by Kirby. Kirby is the bell cow here for Desark. All these other guys might be putting up these big gaudy numbers per carry, but it's Jack Kirby is the one that leads the team in rushing.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 822 yards on 6.7 yards per carry, and that is no slouch number.
They all have good yards per carry, really.
They really do.
Now, Flanagan going off to the right-hand side. He cuts it back up, gets up about a 3-yard gain there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 here for the Eagles.
I mean, he does what he's coached to do right there. He finds first light and gets north and south and gets what he can out of it, instead of stringing it out, and possibly getting a loss. Does a good job for a backup quarterback, especially. He's doing a good job managing this team so far.
2nd down and 7 here for the Eagles. 5 minutes, coming up on 5 minutes here to play in the first quarter. Here's the snap. Handoff goes up the middle to Kirby. Kirby getting up about 3 yards here. 3 yards in the cloud of dust so far for the Eagles. Tell you what, it feels like football tonight. It is a wonderful, just nice night here, just like you would think it would be in the first weekend of November. Not too cold, but definitely not warm here as we are bringing you this Arkansas Sports Network game of the week. Desark, ball on the Desark 49-yard line. Motion man comes to the right. That's Reed. Reed gets it around the right-hand side. He gets up. Looks like he's going to have enough for the first down, and he does. That's going to be a gain of 6 yards. It's going to be enough for a first down for the Eagles.
Yeah, it was a great job, great run there. Great job, Reed, to just keep twisting and turning and fighting for extra yardage there. If he goes down on first contact, they don't get that first down. Way to keep the drive going. Way to move the sticks.
So far, Desark is doing a good job of just getting positive yardage here on their second drive. One thing that they did last drive, got behind the sticks a little bit. They don't look like they're going to be a team that's going to do too well behind the sticks. They've got to stay positive. Handoff goes to Barry. Ball's on the ground. Who has got it? It looks like Clarendon has it, and he's going to go all the way here. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, and that is Kyle Bowes. Kyle Bowes with the touchdown. Somehow the ball squirted out, and right now the ball's just not bouncing the Eagles' way.
Or I'm sorry, for Desark.
Nobody was out there.
If not for him, if not for McAdoo making that block there, he doesn't get in the end zone.
So here we are. Desark, a little bit shell-shocked, probably a little bit on their heels right now.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there.
It's Quincey McAdoo and Clarendon leading 12-0 here with 3 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. Clarendon huddling over there on the side, trying to figure out what they are going to do. Looks like they are going to kick the ball here. Matt Odom says, thanks for covering the 4A tournament last week. My daughter Taylor, players for Harrison, y'all did great. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate that. We enjoyed being with you guys, and we appreciate you joining us here tonight. Handoff goes up the middle. I thought they were going to kick it. Does he get it? It's no good. Handoff went to Cohen. It was no good, and just like that, it's 12-0. Clarendon with the lead. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here in just a moment.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We're back here on the Arkansas Sports Network game of the week. Clarendon versus Desark. Clarendon has come out, and they have given the first shot. And I'll tell you what, Duran, as we were watching, this first play here where Desark onside kicked the ball ends up in Desark's hands. You thought Desark had all of the momentum.
Yes.
But, boy, right now it's Clarendon.
Right. It's definitely Clarendon. Desark does, like you said earlier, they definitely look a little shell-shocked. I will say they did stop them on both of those two-point conversions, so that could come back to really help them in the long run. But right now they have got to get the ball. They've got to keep it for a while. and change this field over if they don't go down and score.
Now, I don't know all of the playoff scenarios, but I know Desark wins. And that's Rockins.
They're going to
ball's
call
on the ground again, I think. Is it? Got a flag on the play here.
Yeah, it's a block on the back right on the tackle. Didn't even need it.
So Rockins had the ball. Looked like there was a little scrum around it like the ball was on the ground, but it may not have been. Desark still has possession. But what I was going to say before the play was conference title implications are on this game. If Desark wins, they are the conference champions. Now, Clarendon lost to Hazen earlier. I'm not exactly sure how all of that works with the tiebreak scenarios in Clarendon, but from all indications, this is a conference championship game. So Desark is going to walk it back, going to start on their own 22-yard line. And Desark is going to, well, they really need an answer right now. Bubba Tipton says, go Lions. Appreciate you, Bubba, for watching. Flanagan takes the snap, hands off up the middle. And I tell you what, just looking at the Clarendon kids and the size of the Clarendon kids, especially in the middle, it's going to be hard to run on them up the middle.
Yeah, I totally agree. They're going to have to – they got to keep running that, because that's going to open up that outside run. But we're definitely going to – it's going to be tough in the middle of that defense of Clarendon. They're big and they can move too. 77, 55, impressive kids out there.
So second down and 7 here for the Eagles. Flanagan letting Barry know the play, or Rockins, I should say. Motion goes to the left. Flanagan gets up first lap. Oh, boy, he's met in the hole right there by number 55? Is that right? Is that what I saw? 55, Devin Brown?
Yeah, him teamed up with someone else. And
maybe number 8 there.
That'll welcome the backup quarterback who's been playing for a few weeks now, but that'll welcome you to the game right there.
Tell you what, Desark's got to be careful, though. You don't want to end up losing this one because the next guy, the last game that he quarterback was a junior high game.
That's right.
So they definitely don't want that going into the playoffs. Nothing against him. He just don't have the experience that they would want. So Flanagan now looking at his wrist, coach. He's letting, looks like Reed know. Desark going to take another quick timeout. So, again, we'll take one with them. Clarendon leading, got all of the momentum right now. 12-0 is your score, and we'll be back here with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week in just a moment. We're back here on the Arkansas Sports Network as Desark lining up, getting ready to run a third down play. 3rd down and 4 here for the Eagles. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left here in the first quarter. Eagles trailing 12-0. And Flanagan looking at the referee, waiting for the ready whistle. He gets it. Flanagan calls for the snap. Motion goes to the left. Barry takes a little trap handoff. He's going nowhere with it. And maybe gains 1 yard, and it's going to be 4th down, and we'll say 2 yards for Clarendon.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a hole there for a moment. It closed really quickly, and only able to get about a yard out of it. And Desark really needed to come out here and move the sticks a few times, try to change his field over. Maybe they can get. Maybe if they punt here, we haven't seen them punt yet. Looks like 18's coming on. I'm not sure if he's the punter, but
I don't think they're punting. They look like they're going for it. This is a big play right here.
This is huge. It's really only 4th and 1 though. So, but deep down in their own territory. I formation.
Barry gets it. Oh, he's met.
Flag.
We got a flag, and that's going to be false start. Yep. Backing him up, and I tell you what, the Clarendon sideline. I'm watching the coach over there. He is fired up, and Desark is got it. You think they got a punt at this point, but we'll see.
Flanagan knew it immediately, threw his hands up.
So they back him up 5, going to bring up 4th and 6.
Yeah, looks like we got a punter.
They are going to punt. Back to punt. Is that number 50, I believe? Is that 50?
I think it's 52, but I'm not. I could be wrong.
50. You sure about that, Bill? Anyway, we've got. I think it's
50-something.
Cooper Childers. There we go. Cooper Childers back to punt for Desart. Oh,
No rush.
End
Hey,
over
if he
end
can get it to
punt.
hit the ground, but he
Gets
won't.
it to McAdoo. Uh-oh.
Block
We
in
got
the
a
back
black.
right here. He's
That's
going to take it.
Yeah, it's a block in the back, but McAdoo might go all the way, but it ain't going to count. McAdoo's drugged down about the 5-yard line there, but it's going to come all the way back as they knew it from the get-go.
Yeah, but that's what we're talking about right there, that athleticism on the field. He just looks like a different kind of player out there.
Does he not? He is quick out there.
Quick and he's strong. Very physical runner.
So here we are. We got a block in the back. We're going to move it back from, it looks like about the 47. So that's going to be 10 yards. Appreciate you watching us here on the Arkansas Sports Network on both Facebook and YouTube. Again, we want you to share this out with your friends. Let them know that you're watching Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week here as Clarendon and Desart take on each other for the 2A6 crown tonight. It has been a great atmosphere around Desart today. We have been around here all day long, and partly because I wanted to go see my old kindergarten picture. So I started school here way back in the day, many moons ago.
Yeah, you went here for a few years. My dad grew up in Brinkley, just down the road from here, and I used to come up here a lot to visit family. So it's been kind of a neat day.
Here we go. Handoff goes to Cohen. Cohen gets
Big
up the
hit.
middle. Nice job there. Looks like Cooper Childers was on the stop.
52.
Along with Chance Eldridge. Nice job there by the Eagles.
Yeah, I noticed that right off the bat early in the game. Childers come up and laying a lick. He plays that middle linebacker position really well.
Cohen only gained about 1 yard there, so second down for Clarendon here.
I've always liked them punters that are, fullbacks, linebackers, and you like to see that, mixing it up.
In small-town football.
That's right.
I'll tell you what, Desart is the epitome of a small-town football school. Love being here. It's been a great day. They've been so great to us. Cohen gets the ball. He's got a blocker in front of him again. Childers is there. Childers is running him down, and also Jack Kirby in on the tackle. But he did get about 5 yards on that. Brings up a short third down here, and we're going to take a quick timeout. Another timeout. Clarendon takes a timeout. We'll take it with them. It's 12-0.
Into the first period.
Oh, okay, thank you. So into the first period. We will be back here in just a moment with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
We're back here on the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week, and boy, it's been all Clarendon so far. Brad Caldwell, Duran Miller, Trey Johnson, and Bill Harshaw here joining you on the Arkansas Sports Network. And I'll tell you what, guys, we'll get into this a little bit at halftime about some of the things that we have coming up. We're just very excited about what's happening here with the Arkansas Sports Network. But right here, right now, we've got two big-time teams in 2A.
Yeah, Desert needs to dig in here and get off the field because they're already down 12-0.
Williams pulls it, and he's got some room here. He gets all the way down to the 35-yard line. That's an 18-yard gain for Williams. And again,
extremely hard, fancy run there. He made some guys miss, and I love how both of these teams are just physical.
Brian Dykes says, thank you, Arkansas Sports Network, for doing this. Let's go Big Red. We appreciate you. Handoff goes up the middle to Cohen. Cohen gets up. He gets down to about the 30-yard line, and that's a gain of 6. It is a gain of 6 there for the Lions. 2nd down and 4 as the Lions are trying to get up, well, possibly 3 scores here. Looks like they're getting a little bit more room for Cohen and a little bit more room for Williams as they run the ball. Right now, Clarendon has 89 total yards. Here it seems like they should have more, but 89, but that offense seems like it's cooking a little bit.
Yeah, and it looked like number 9 on that hit, but I guess it was number 8 because 9 is a freshman, so that was Brock Dvorak.
So little zone read action. Looks like it got back to the line of scrimmage there by Caleb Williams. He's dangerous on that handoff there, or the fake handoff, but he gets back to the line of scrimmage. And we've got 3rd down and about 4 for the Lions here as Desark really needs to stop.
Yeah, when you've got a true dual threat quarterback like they do, I mean, it's just so hard to defend because you've got to stay home, you got to play assignment football and have so many options.
Cohen gets the handoff going off the right side. He gets up to the 25-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down. 5-yard gain there for Cohen, and he seems his last few carries have really been pretty good for the Lions.
Yeah, they're starting to get in a little bit of a groove running the football. 77 slow to get up that time. He's had a good night so far on the line.
All right, so again, they're really not making any bones about what they're doing. It looks like Cohen again flanked off to the left-hand side. They're running a lot of the same stuff. Here's a jet sweep to McAdoo. That's a pass. It's a little flip pass up there. Goes across the 20 down to and they don't sound very impressive, but McAdoo he's been a factor so far for the Lions.
They're staying on schedule. 2nd and about 5 right here. Long 4.
So McAdoo comes in motion again. Handoff goes to Cohen. Cohen gets it up the middle. Looks like he might have got down to the 18-yard line. So
better job right there by the Eagles. I'm really impressed with their linebackers. Really scraped to the ball really well. Do have one getting slow up here, getting slow to get up.
That's number 54. That's Seth Lisco, senior there. 12-0 is your score. 8 minutes and 48 seconds left here in the first half of play. Clarendon driving probably 4-down territory right here. I would assume it is for Clarendon unless they've got a really good field goal kicker. So here's the snap. Fake handoff to Cohen. Williams trying to make something happen. Desark is on him.
That's big. Big right there for Desark. A play they had to have.
And that's number 56, Dalton Sears. Count anything out.
Right, and he's rolling to his right there. He did have a guy flash open in the middle of the end zone, but he was kind of going back the other way, and he saw him, couldn't turn his body, and it was just too much time, and he got 8 alive right there.
So here we are.
Big play by Desart. They had to have it right here. They do not want to get down 18-0.
Nope, and so we've got 4th down and looks like about 14 yards here, and Clarendon dropping back. Williams looking to his left. He's got plenty of time. He goes deep. Is that
wow.
McAdoo? Is it McAdoo? I believe it is. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown for Clarendon. 28-yard touchdown pass from Williams to Quincey McAdoo, and you've got a touchdown, and you've got an 18-0 lead here, and I know this is not the start that Desark was expecting.
Yeah, the defensive back there for the Desark Eagles tried to undercut that and just mistimed it, and you can't do that. If you're going to gamble, you've got to get there. He didn't do it, and that's a touchdown, and it's not looking good right now for these Eagles. Got a big hole.
So 18-0, Clarendon with the lead. Looks like they are going to go for 2 here to try to get it to 20. And Cohen going to flank to the left. McAdoo in the slot. Number 16, he's out wide. That's Nathan Smith. And Williams gets up, and he gets in.
Oh, they're going to call him in.
And that's a 2-point conversion for Williams, and that's 20-0. And Clarendon has a big lead. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week. Clarendon leads Des Arc 20-0, and we'll be back in just a moment.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
To remind you to stay with us here at halftime as Richard Davenport will be joining us here on the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week halftime, as he does so many times. Also, coming up on Saturday, we've got the Little Rock Parkview red-white game. We're going to be joined by Coach Scotty Thurman, Arkansas basketball legend. You're not going to want to miss that. That's Saturday at 2 p.m. A lot of big things happening. Also, we've got Joseph Pinion. We're going to be live streaming Joseph Pinion and his signing at Morrilton High School on Wednesday, November the 10th, as he signs with the Arkansas Razorback. So we got a lot of things coming up. If you haven't hit that like button, if you hadn't hit that subscribe button on YouTube, go ahead and do that right now, because we got a lot of big things happening here on ASN. Kickoff goes, and it's an onside kick. It looks like Clarendon has it, and I'm telling you, if one thing could go wrong, everything has went wrong for Des Arc. Clarendon has that ball, and they're looking for a 4-score advantage. Ball on the 49 of Des Arc.
Right now, if you're a Des Arc Eagle, I mean, it is looking as bad as it can look. You just got kicked in the gut, and you just got to look beyond that. You've got to play one play at a time starting right now. You cannot let them go back down the field. This game there's still a lot of clock left. You got a whole half and another 2.5 quarters, and they've got to stop the bleeding right now.
All right, so here we go. And you're right, this is a huge possession for both teams right
Another
now.
little
McAdoo
pass.
gets it. He gets up. He gets smacked. 2-yard gain there on that pass.
Number 6 on the carry.
McAdoo on the carry, and we'll see.
Tackled by number 18, Matt Kirby.
Matt Kirby on the tackle for Des Arc.
And number 56, Dalton Sears. There's a gain of 2. It's second down, 8 for the
So
Lions.
I'll tell you, Des Arc smacked McAdoo right there. They're not afraid to get their head in there, and hit somebody. Right now, it's the big play that's killing them, though. They've had 3 big plays here in the first half that have led to all 3 scores here for the Lions. Williams going off to the right-hand side. He cuts it back up. He's tackled from behind by number 51, Ross Engel.
And I'll tell you, that was a good job there. He didn't make the tackle, but Jack Kirby came up, played the block, and he made the man go back into the inside. He set that edge, and that was what allowed those linebackers to come up there and make the tackle.
4-yard gain there by Williams brings up 3rd down and 4 for the Lions with 6 minutes and 35 seconds left here in the first half of play. Williams calling for the snap.
This would be a big stop for Des Arc right here.
And off goes to Cohen. Cohen going off the left-hand
Tripped
side.
up.
It looks like he got tripped up, and he's going to be a little short here. That's a gain of 2, and that's going to be 4th and 2, and I would expect that they're going to go for it right here. Des Arc needs a
definitely.
big stop.
It was a good job by him to put his hand down to keep his knee off the ground and get a little bit extra yardage, and you really thought he was going to get it first. Really lunged out there with that ball, trying to get everything he could. This is a huge 4th down right here for the Des Arc Eagles. They need to get a stop. This would swing some momentum back their way. Look at Kirby. Looks like he's fixing to crash in.
Handoff goes to Cohen off the left-hand side. He gets up. That's going to be enough for a first down. About a 7-yard gain there for Clarendon on 4th down and 2. That's going to move the chains.
Number 8 on the carry for the Lions.
Yeah, it was a good job by Clarendon. And Des Arc had a little bit of a blitz coming off the left side, a little bit of a run blitz, and they just picked the right way to go and had the numbers on that side of the ball.
All right, so here we go. 20-0 is your score. Clarendon on the Des Arc 34-yard line. Des Arc in desperate need of a stop right here. Williams calling for the snap. Cohen gets the ball. Tackle pulling around the edge there
Kirby,
And
big hit.
Nice job there by Kirby. And I tell you what, Cohen, he's having a hard time getting up off the ground here. Cohen's been such a factor here for Clarendon. 3-yard gain. And, boy, he got hurt. He got smacked. We're going to take a quick break. And we'll be back here in just a moment with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week. So far, 147 total yards for the Lions. Caleb Williams, 5 of 5 passing for 84 yards and a touchdown, and 14 carries for 63 yards for the Lions. And Lions are lining up, and Cohen just went off the field. Cohen's been such a major part of the offense. Looks like number 7, that's Kylie Booz, taking his place. So Booz gets the fake handoff. Williams getting around the edge. He gets up to the marker, going to cross the marker maybe. Let's see where it goes out of bounds at. They moving the chains. That might have been.
I think they marked him short.
They did. They marked him short. 3rd down and short here. 5-yard gain, 3rd and 1 for the Lions. So here we go. Lions 3rd and 1. Desark needs to bow up right here. Tell you what, Desark's hitting them. That's for sure.
Yeah, they could play a factor later in this game.
They're meeting them in the hole, but right now Desark needs to keep Clarendon out of the end zone. Williams gets up the middle.
Quarterback power on that one. Nice run. Picked up the first down and more.
I mean, the size of Clarendon is a factor in this ball game. And don't tease yourself and think that it's not. It is. That's going to be a gain of 7 yards for Williams and a first down. But I tell you what, we got down on the field, Duran and I did, and I tell you what, this is an impressive-looking 2A ball club. They've got size across the board right now.
Yeah, really impressive, and they're running a lot of off tackles and outside runs, and you know, they might do a little better just running right between the tackles occasionally like they just did there.
Tell you what, I'm really impressed by the way their guards are pulling. They get out in front of, and I mean they're number 51, Julian Velez, and number 77, Jalen Cohen. Both those guys are getting out, getting in front, and Desart gets an offsides penalty now, so that backs them up. And boy, I tell you what, right now things are just not going well for Desart. So 1st down and 5 now. Williams takes the snap, and we've got, looks like a procedure penalty. It looks like that's going to be on Clarendon.
Yeah, back it up. Go back to where we were.
So back it up. We're going right back to 1st and 10.
The last 2 plays never happened. Here we go. If Desart can somehow force them to a 4th down situation, a possible field goal attempt, or going for it on 4th, get off the field, it would be big for them, because I don't know if they can come back from being down 26, 28, nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It wouldn't be. It would not be a fun hole to climb out of.
Just
already big.
Williams looking to his right. He throws it up. McAdoo gets it.
Wow.
Unbelievable play. He cuts it back into the middle. Great play there. It looked more circus-like than it actually.
Just keep his composure, find it. Just talk about the hand-eye coordination, just special.
So Cohen's back in the game after being hurt. Booz is staying in the game as the fullback. Williams on the power, gets up, going to get down to about, it looks like about the 8, maybe the 9. Trying to see where they spot it. Well, they're going to
on the carry. He's brought down by
spot it
number 56
on
Dalton
the
Sears.
9. So it's another third down and short there for the Lions. 2 minutes and 47 seconds to go.
See if the Desert Lions can get some penetration on, push the offensive line back. They're going to have to here. Clarendon's basically got a couple yards anytime they wanted it.
There's Williams. Williams running the power.
That's a
again.
good play.
Desart's there. Nice job there by Desart, especially it looks like number 3 there.
Kirby.
That's Kirby.
He's been, we ain't writing down his tackles, but I bet he's got about 8 or 9 already. Great job. They needed that right there, and that play kind of was a little slow developing. Kind of wanted to make up his mind to bust it outside or follow the blocker in that B gap, and they did a great job of crashing in and getting them.
So Clarendon with a big-time play right here.
Desart's had their opportunities to stop them.
This is a big one for Desart. They need a stop right here. McAdoo comes in motion.
He gets it.
Little toss pass. Desart's on it. Can he get up? He does. That's a first down. What a
That's
play.
the difference in when you got that kind of playmaker on the field.
Absolutely.
The defender was in a good position there to make the tackle, and he couldn't do it because McAdoo just that athleticism to get around him.
So that's going to bring up first and goal. Another little pop pass there. I think he gained maybe 4 yards on it, but it was enough for a first down. And so far, numbers aren't great, but he's still been impressive.
Yeah, that's not counting the kick return or they got called back.
That's right. That was a punt return. It got all the way down into the 5-yard line, got called back. He does have a 28-yard touchdown reception. Williams running the power.
Great
Again,
play right there by
Desart.
Childers.
Got Childers there, and 1:42 left, and Desart really needs to keep him out of the end zone.
It's second down and goal.
Again, we want to thank everybody that's watching us right now. Make sure you're hitting that share button. Let everybody know that you're watching this game here on the Arkansas Sports Network. We do appreciate it. I know that some people are definitely joining us. They watched the 4A state volleyball tournament that we had last week. We do appreciate that. And, we're just trying to put out the best product we can for high school sports here in the state of Arkansas. So Clarendon's going to take a quick timeout. We'll take it with them. Time running down here in the first half. 1:06 left. And we'll be back here in just a moment with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week.
I hope he's not working.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
We're back here on the Arkansas Sports Network's Game of the Week. Clarendon leading Desart 20-0, driving down. And, we try to follow the big-time players in the state, especially those that have committed to the Razorbacks. So far, Quincey McAdoo has not disappointed.
Definitely not. He showed off the athleticism. He showed off the hand-eye coordination and just an elite athlete out there. And we've been hearing, all the recruiting guys around the country and around the state talking about him, and he definitely hasn't disappointed.
Hand off to Cohen. He gets up. He's getting down inside the 5. Gets down to about the 3. That's going to be a 2-yard gain. Good to see Cohen back on there. He took a big hit earlier and probably got the wind knocked out of him. But, boy, he took a bump. And I think he kind of was able to gather his bearings on the sideline. He's back. Looks like he's 100%. So here we go. Williams fakes the handoff, gets up. Nice job by Desart.
Number 18 come flying in for the Eagles.
And they're not moving the yard marker there.
That's Kirby. So we got Matt Kirby and Jack Kirby.
19 seconds here. Clarendon not in a hurry. 16, 15, 14. Do they know? 13. It's winding down. They don't look to be in a hurry. 9, 8, 7. I know the Desart coaches are hoping that they don't get it off. 5.
Now they
4.
realize
they're going to get it off. 3, 2. Williams calls for the ball. He hands it off to Cohen. He gets up, and he is stopped, and that's a massive stop for the Des Arc Eagles here at the end of the first half.
That's big momentum.
They keep it 20-0, and like you said, that's one of the right things that has happened for Des Arc so far. And Des Arc going to go into the half down 20-0, but with the stop. And we'll see what happens here in the second half. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got Richard Davenport here, as he will be bringing you some Arkansas recruiting news, talking about Quincey McAdoo of the Clarendon Lions.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We're back here on the Arkansas Sports Network game of the week. I say Atkins. I don't know why I was saying Atkins. Des Arc trailing Clarendon 20-0. We appreciate everybody that's watching here. And, boy, it's been one heck of a ball game, especially for the Clarendon Lions. But we're going to go right now to the recruiting guy of the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Richard Davenport. He's going to talk a little bit about Quincey McAdoo also. We're going to have the red-white game from Little Rock Parkview, and he's going to talk a little bit about prospects on the Little Rock Parkview basketball team. Joining us here on the Arkansas Sports Network game of the week, we've got Richard Davenport, as we're talking Des Arc and Clarendon, most especially Clarendon, and the two big prospects that are committed to the Razorbacks between Dax Courtney and Quincey McAdoo. Actually, Dax Courtney unable to play today, but Quincey McAdoo is. Let's start out with Dax Courtney.
Oh, he's a young man that's had some tough luck the last 2 years. Last year, he had a dislocated kneecap, and he played through that. He taped up his knee and was able to finish the season. And that showed a lot of mental toughness, and I think that tells you that what he's made of. And then this year, he injured the other knee, and he had surgery recently. So out for this season, and you just feel for the young man. But the good thing is, I guess the blessing in disguise, that it happened early enough that he should be able to be ready to go in the summer when he reports to Fayetteville. So 6'6", about 210, 215 pounds. Obviously needs to add weight and strength, but he has a very nice frame, good size. I mean, a good ability to catch the ball, nice hands, and I think a guy that in 2 or 3 years we could be seeing, contributing to the Razorback program.
And Quincey McAdoo is a guy that I think people are looking at to maybe contribute, maybe even earlier. I know that there are some people inside the state that think he is among the best in the nation. Well, he's very elusive. That's one of the first things that you notice with him, and he's got very good speed. But I think if you're an SEC receiver, the one thing that you absolutely must be able to do on a fairly consistent basis
is be able to make that first guy miss and get yardage after the catch. And I think Quincey, if you look at his video, he kind of reminds you a little bit of Gary Anderson. This goes back a long time, but Gary Anderson played for Arkansas back in the late 70s and played professionally for the San Diego Chargers and some other teams in the NFL, but very elusive, and a guy that can just really make you look silly in the open field, and bright future, nice size too.
Yes, absolutely. He seems to be a kid that a lot of people are wanting to see right now. Don't know a lot about him, being that he is from a smaller school in Clarendon. Clarendon is a team that is right at the top of the 2A standings, though. Of course, you would expect that with a guy like McAdoo on their team. We're going to get a little bit special here. We actually have the Parkview Red-White game coming up on Saturday. And Coach Scotty Thurman texted me out of the blue the other day and said he would like for us to come down and do this game. I actually thought he had been hacked, but he had not been hacked. He wanted us to come down. So Saturday at 2 p.m., we'll be there doing the Parkview Red-White game. And so with that, let's talk a little bit about Parkview basketball and a couple of the prospects that they have on their team.
Well, I mean, that ought to tell you, Scotty. I mean, it just shows that, you know, this is a scrimmage, and he wants to he wanted to reach out and try to get as much publicity and exposure for his kids that he could, and that all that does is help his kids and helps his program. But that just shows that he cares for the kids, and that's one of the things that I really appreciate about Scotty. Obviously, he knows what it takes to play at the highest level, you know, in college, and I think he can only benefit the kids that are on campus right now, on and off the basketball court. But Cameron Wallace is a 6'5", 6'6" forward, senior forward, who will be making his college decision November the 11th. I really like him. Very, very athletic, plays above the rim, good energy, can score from inside out, good mid-range, but his athleticism is probably what stands out the most. And when his motor is running, he's a dunking machine and a guy that can get to the basket very easily. Definitely one of the better players in the conference. And then all the Arkansas fans obviously know about Dallas Thomas, 2024 slash guard slash forward, who's an ESPN top 25 prospect in his class right now, as a nice offer list right now, but figure that's going to continue to go up. Expect him to be a national recruit like he kind of is right now, but I think that offer list is going to keep expanding over the next few years. But 6'8", about 175, 180. His dad played at Little Rock Parkview before he went to play college ball, and his dad's very involved with him, and it helps with his basketball IQ. He's a very sharp young man who seems to have it all together on and off the court.
It's great to hear. It's great news for sure for the Patriots and for a possible future Razorback. We will see. I know that we had talked a little bit about the fact that he's kind of raised in a Razorback family.
Yep. He grew up watching the Razorbacks. He's very fond of the Arkansas program. He visited for the Red-White game. He visited in September for a football game. So he's starting to make his visits. He's visited other schools, but I think Arkansas is obviously going to be in the running until the very end.
All right. Well, Richard, we do appreciate you joining us here at halftime of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week, and we'll be back here in just a moment. Back here at Des Arc, and we thank Mr. Richard Davenport, the recruiting guy of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, for joining us here at halftime of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week. And like we said, we've got some big things coming up for you. We've got the Parkview Red-White game on Saturday, big-time prospects there. If you're into hoops, you definitely want to watch that. and Coach Scotty Thurman going to be joining us on the broadcast. You don't want to miss that. Arkansas Razorback legend there, Scotty Thurman. And we've got Joseph Pinion signing Wednesday with the Razorbacks. We'll be live streaming that as well. Maybe even Quincey McAdoo and Dex Courtney before it's all said and done in December. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We're going to go ahead and go to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk some stats and just the game overall as Clarendon leads at halftime over Des Arc 20-0, and we'll be back here in just a few moments.
I hope he's not working.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
Gen Z is a stalled generation.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We're back here at Des Arc as you're watching the Des Arc band play here at halftime of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week. Clarendon leads Des Arc 20-0, and Duran, the big play has been the key here for the Clarendon Lions.
Yeah, Clarendon, big plays, 93 yards passing, a couple of long throws, but a lot of that's those little putt passes to Quincey McAdoo, and they've got that going for them. They've also winning the turnover battle, and that's been really the biggest difference in the game. Des Arc just kind of got hit in the gut early and shell-shocked a little bit, and they really haven't had much momentum at all. They did get that goal line stance right there before half, so let's see if they can ride that momentum a little bit, come out here early in the second half, and they will get the ball first because they started off with that onside. So maybe they can go down the field and score. And if they do, that tightens that game up, and it's back to a ball game again.
Yeah, Des Arc really needs to score here early in the second half if they want to get in the ball game. Clarendon just come out, and the big play has been the factor in the ball game. We had a 46-yard pass there to get them down to about the 4 or 5 yard line. Terrence Hampton caught that ball. Quincey McAdoo caught a big fourth down play that ended up being a touchdown, 28-yard touchdown pass. And then they had a fumble return for a touchdown for about 50 yards. That, there wasn't hardly anybody out there till the very end when McAdoo caught the block. We try to cover these high-level high school players, try to bring them to your living room. And I tell you what, of all of them that we've seen so far, James Jointer was massive.
Yes,
he was a great player. I like what I'm seeing from McAdoo right now as well.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see a little bit more of him. But he's been very impressive, and we were excited to kind of get Dax Courtney down here tonight as well, the tight end. And he's injured right now, but we got to meet him before the game, and he's every bit of that 6'5" they list him at. So. Hoping all the recovery on that is going well, and he's a guy that the Razorbacks are excited about as well next year.
That's right. So we'll come back here in just a few moments as we're going to bring you more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week. 2A6 Conference Championship on the line. Clarendon leading Des Arc 20-0, and we'll be back with more in just a moment.
Farm Credit, supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit, supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
I hope he's not working.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
We're back here on the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week. We give you a couple shout-outs here. Ruth Corley said, you guys are doing a great job. I mean, we even have instant replay. Can't ask for more than that. Gerald Wilson says, let's hold them Eagles. That was down at the very end of the half. The Eagles did hold. What's the score right now? Well, it's down here at the bottom of the screen. You look at that, it's 20-0 Clarendon. And, of course, Ruth Corley come in, and she said, hey, it's 20-0 Lions. And then we've got Mickey Morrow. Karen Grant says, let's go Lions. Paula Brewer-McKnight says, let's go Lions. Gary Campbell Sr., he said, I am watching. Sad right now. And James Brunette says, what's up, Desark? I didn't see this happening. And I'm looking over here on YouTube. Not much going on. Hi, Hunter and Karen. Joe Phillips over there on YouTube. So getting your shout-outs in, letting people know. TJ Alexander says, I played on that field a few times. He said, let's go Big Red. Keep it rolling, Leon Cox. So we got a lot of comments coming in. We got a lot of watchers. We want you to hit that share button. And if you haven't hit that like button already on Facebook and hit that subscribe button on YouTube, go ahead and do that for us. And that just lets you know that when we're live with more of content that you want to see, and we're trying to work on different things here. We don't know exactly what our schedule is going to be for November, whether it's going to be we're going to jump into basketball or maybe we can jump into football a little bit more with playoff games. We'd like to do that. We'll see how that goes. We're kind of working with the AAA on that one. We'll see what happens. But best team in 2A, Clarendon Lions, says Jeffy Jones. Kyla Mitchell Ritter says, go Lions. We got a lot of Lion love right now going on. I know that Desark has been in the chat as well. We're still waiting on teams to come out. I guess Desark is still back in the locker room. Clarendon's out warming up right now. And Duran Miller here. Of course, we've got the crew as well with Trey Johnson, Bill Harshaw with us. And, again, some of you got a chance to see our work with the 4A volleyball tournament just this last week. We had a great time. It looks like I guess it was Valley View ended up taking that title, and Bill, he wanted to talk a little bit about the pool games that we played today. We got a chance to go and play pool at the Snow White Dairy Bar here in Desark, and that was a great meal there. We appreciate the fine folks at Desark. They've been a great and really hospitable to us.
That's what I wanted to say. Is it's been just laid out the red carpet for us today. Everything we've asked for, needed, they've been there, and it's just been a lot of fun here, and just a great day to be in a high school football environment. I mean, you could feel the electricity in the air. We joined in that pep rally like we talked about earlier. Desark had a car drug up and had it all painted, some locker board or some locker room fodder. Yeah, and some hating on some Clarendon Lions, and they went to town on it with some sledgehammers. Cheerleaders even got involved a little bit. So, I mean, just a lot of fun to kind of be in that atmosphere after so many years, and this has been great. And let's see if Desert can come out here in the second half, like we said, and march down the field and score and get back in this game. It's going to be a good one.
So here we are. We're waiting as Desark is coming out. I'm just trying to see what happens here. Shannon Bacher says, love to watch Quincey McAdoo play football. Can't wait to see him play for many years to come. Good job, ASN. We do appreciate it there. Alan Russell's telling me he's seeing the beginning of the game. I don't know. I'm going to tell him to hit the refresh button, see if that comes back for him.
Please make your way to the press box.
Alan, if you're watching, man, make sure you hit that refresh button. Maybe that'll help you. I don't know what's going on there. I know we've got people live that are watching. I'll be headed home when they get to the championship game, Leon Cox says. And, Desart made the championship game last year, Clarendon. Right there in the mix along with Desart. McCrory is another team that, is probably in that mix here as Desart makes it back out to the field. So Desart's out to the field. We've got about 2 minutes and 34 seconds left here before halftime is over, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week in just a moment.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
We're back as Desart coming back to the sidelines here. Heather Newmeyer says, shout out to Christy and Carla. Christy and Carlo, shouting out to you guys. Evelyn Turner Harple says, woohoo, let's go Lions. Then over here on YouTube, you got Jordan Smith saying, watching from back home in Clarendon. So we're getting ready to kick off second half action. Desart trailing Clarendon 20-0. Desart will receive the ball here in the second half. 20-0 again is your score. It has been big plays here that has hounded the Eagles, and so I know that Desark really needs a score right here. Need to get it to their big-time players here, and, each player that we saw on their stat sheet before the game, you saw they were averaging 6 and 7 yards a carry. You need to find that team there.
Definitely, and both teams have won an onside recovery, so good, big opportunity here. Got to watch that.
42 Sports watching with us tonight. We appreciate them. We work with Alan Russell. Appreciate him. It's been a good working relationship with 42. We're excited to continue to do that, and we'll see what happens in the future with that. But thanks for Alan watching with us on 42 Sports, and anybody else that's involved with 42 Sports, we do appreciate it. Clarendon going to kick off, and that's Velez, I believe. Julian Velez kicking off for Clarendon.
I guarantee
Both
you.
teams have gotten an onside kick, so watch out.
Yeah, I guarantee you Desert's going to be watching this a little closer this time.
Here's the kick. There's a fair catch. Fair catch going to be on about the 31-yard line. Catching the kick was Hayden Brown there, sophomore wide receiver defensive back for the Eagles. And Eagles going to come out and got to get that flex bone going a little bit. Duran letting people up behind him.
Yeah, we got a little hatch back here. We try to keep it close so I don't fall down there and break a leg. But
get too excited.
Yeah, we get Barry Rockins here, get some opportunities, and their big playmaker, that's Trevion Reed. See if they can get them open in the.
Taking the snap, hands it off, gets up to about the 38-yard line. So that's going to be a 7-yard gain. Kirby on the play, a 7-yard gain. Good start for the Eagles.
Yeah, and you love, two-way football, you're seeing a lot of the same names on both sides of the ball. Kirby, he's been out there defensively the whole game and offensively. Got to love the toughness of these kids. Yep. Appreciate the kind of shape they're in.
Absolutely. So, again, flex bone, Flanagan lined up, taking the snap. Motion man goes to the right. Flanagan reading, gets the pitch out to Reed. Reed cuts it inside.
Tackle.
He's
there
got
we
the
go.
first down.
That's
He's accelerating,
wow.
and I mean, he just about broke it. He was one man away from.
Clarendon, he grabbed him by the shirt tail and held on for dear life. He hadn't have done that, that would have been a big, big run.
And we don't have 34 on the roster. If you're watching
right.
from Clarendon right now, let us know who number 34 is. Big play there for Desark. Now Flanagan lined up under center again. Reed going in motion. Handoff goes to Kirby.
Yep.
Kirby gets up the middle.
That's what happens.
About 5 yards.
You hit that option, and now that you come back to that dive play, and it kind of loosens up the middle of that defense. Everybody's worried about getting that edge, and you bust a big play up in the middle on first down, staying way on schedule.
Coach Tyler Pascal saying he pulling from a whole team. Let's go Eagles. Here's the snap. Fake to the handoff, goes to Kirby.
Flanagan.
Flanagan gets up. He gets turned around. He's going to get about 4 yards there. Going to get a 3rd and short. But Desark doing good things right now. That's what they want to do.
You'd like to see Flanagan hold on to that ball there. And no more turnovers the rest of this game if you want to win this, if you want to dig out of this hole. Backup quarterback, getting more and more playing time, starting to take over. I mean, he's out there. It looks like he's doing a good job of getting everybody lined up. He's ready to go.
Good-looking backup quarterback. He's doing a good job running the offense. So we got a false start, and that kills him.
It's huge.
Kills him right there.
We have a false start against the Eagles.
So false start, backing them up, and they go from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6, just like that. And that's tough on the Eagles.
Let's see if they can convert. But a lot of times those are drive killers right there. But I definitely, they haven't punted all game. Well, did they punt? Yeah, they punted once to McAdoo, and so I definitely think they're in 2-down territory, especially in the hole they're in.
So 3rd down and 6. Desark looking at their play sheets here. 2 out to each side here. Flex bone formation. Here's the the fake. And they're going to lose yardage. And just like that, when Desark had a little bit of momentum, Barry Rockins gets taken down, and they lose 4 on that play. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 10. And just like that, Desark right at the sticks.
A lot of frustration out there in the Eagles. They got to be careful, kind of flip the ball away from the referee. He might not get a second opportunity to do that.
So here we go. 4th down and 10, biggest play of the ball game for the Eagles. Eagles get set. Nice job by Pascal to make sure he gets set. Flanagan. Flanagan backs up, throws it downfield. Reed trying to make a play, and he drops it. But we've got a flag. What's it going to be? Looks like it, by the reaction of Clarendon, it's a pass interference. That's going to be, let's see what it's going to be. Reed.
Yeah, and there was some extracurricular with number 70 and the quarterback, or I'm not exactly sure who, but Desark fans not happy about it.
PI.
Getting on their umpires, referees.
PI, and that's going to get it. 15-yard penalty, and that's going to bring it all the way down to the 25-yard line. That's going to give Desark a 1st down, and I'll tell you what, that was huge.
Yeah, and the head coach for Clarendon, is not happy with that self-destruction there on that last play, and could have got him off the field. Got a pass interference, tough call. Big drive, momentum changer there for the Des Arc Eagles.
Motion man.
The dive.
Rockins.
Good job.
They get it out to Reed. Reed trying to get to the outside. There's McAdoo. Hello.
Yeah.
Reed does get, looks like about 6 yards on that play, and it just looked like he was going to get the edge, and then all of a sudden McAdoo comes out of nowhere.
This is by far, though, the best drive that Des Arc's had today, and the best they've looked.
Reed, I'll tell you what, Reed looks good getting the ball, though, don't he? I mean, he looks good.
There's
Handoff
a dive.
goes to Kirby. Kirby gets out. How far is he going to get? It looks like he's going to get a first down.
So they went right back to their before that last first down. You know, they had the big pitch, big gain, and they come back with the dive up the middle. Almost identical size of the field, ball in the same hash.
Yeah, methodical drive here by Des Arc.
Flanagan kept last time on his third
ball
play.
On the 12-yard line. Kirby gets the ball, handed off. He's going to get nowhere.
Yeah, he got kind of upended on that one.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10 for the Eagles.
No gain on the play. It's second down 10 for the Eagles.
And that gets them off schedule a little bit, and it's kind of been tough for Des Arc when they do that. So let's see if they can get a good gain here on this second and long.
And here is the snap. Boy, the
fumble.
Ball blown
Gotta get
up,
on it, and this could be a touchdown. That's
a touchdown.
McAdoo.
McAdoo picks up the fumble. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Quincey McAdoo all the way to the paint for a touchdown. And folks, this worst thing couldn't happen to Des Arc than that right there.
And the worst player that could have picked it up as well.
Absolutely. There was no chance.
If you're a Des Arc Eagle, it's over.
When he picked it up. Clarendon scores a touchdown. It's 26-0. 8 minutes even to go here in the third quarter of play. And, wow, what a play. Defensive lineman looks like, is that number 70? I believe it is.
Yeah, he was one
Snow.
of them.
Snow blowing it up, and then there's McAdoo.
Yeah, just Johnny on a spot to have it right there.
Unbelievable.
Just made a tackle out wide. Now he's in the backfield.
And Clarendon going to line up. 26-0 is your score. They're going to try to go for two here. And Des Arc was driving, doing everything that they needed to do on that drive, but unfortunately put it on the ground. Ball goes to Cohen. Cohen goes off the left side. He puts his head down. He scores. A two-point conversion is good. It's 28-0. Clarendon with the lead. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week right after this.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We're back here at the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week. Clarendon Lions up 28-0, and it's been big play after big play after big play for the Lions. It's been the difference here in the ball game with 8 minutes even to go. Des Arc put together a nice drive here on their first drive of the second half. Was aided by a pass interference penalty on fourth down. They got inside the 12, and it was Seneca Snow, big number 70, blowing up the play there as Flanagan fumbled, and Quincey McAdoo comes out of nowhere, and like lightning, he's in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, it killed all the momentum for Des Arc. Des Arc is a good ball club, and they're a little bit athleted a little bit tonight. Another onside recovery here for the Clarendon Lions.
Wow.
It's the turnovers is the biggest difference in this game. It really is. You had the touchdown to McAdoo on the pass earlier where the defensive back undercut it and mistimed the jump. And these turnovers, just too much for
Onside
Desert
kicks,
Eagles right now.
turnovers, that sort of thing. It's just been self-destruction. And, again, I don't know what tiebreak situation is as far as the tiebreak situation between Hazen, Desart, and Clarendon. But Clarendon right now really looking at a possibility, really good shot at this point. With a score, 7 points here, Clarendon goes into the mercy rule. So Desart still got to bow up. I mean, there's still a lot of time left in this ball game as well, but Desart's got to get a stop.
Yeah, and we'll see if Clarendon, sometimes teams kind of let their foot off the gas a little bit, and we'll see if Desart gets a big stop here and possibly can drive down and get some momentum back with a touchdown. But it's going to be a tough one right here.
2-yard gain for Cohen off the right-hand side, 2nd down and 8 here for the Lions. Four wide receivers. Clarendon stacked up over here. McAdoo down here at the bottom of the screen. Fake by Williams. He's trying to get around the edge. Nice job by Desart to kind of stretch it out, but Williams still got around the edge there. Got enough. Got down. Looks like, it's going to be about a 3rd down, and what is it going to be here? About 4. So he ended up getting 3-4 yards on that right there. But it looked like Desart had him hemmed in.
Yeah, he eventually stepped out of bounds. He was still standing up when the play was over.
3rd down and 4 for the Lions.
Got a stack out here to the right with McAdoo.
I got
false
stoppage in play. False start.
False start against the Lions. It'll be a
False start on the Lions, so 5-yard penalty backs them up.
Be about a 3rd and 8, long 8.
Yeah. It's going to be 3rd down and 8, 3rd and 9 even. Ball on about the 44-yard line. Just inside the 45, just outside the 44 here. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to each side, stacked down here at the bottom of the screen. Williams dropping back to pass. He's looking deep. He's got big number 16. Big catch there by number 16, Nathan
Got to keep
Smith.
him out inside.
Smith
he don't.
is going to get all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Desart comes from behind with a tackle, but again inside the 5. Now Clarendon threatening again.
Jackson Hampton, that was a great
Jackson
job.
Hampton, not Smith.
That was a great job to stick his foot in the ground and get to the outside around
Athletes
the defender.
galore, man. Athletes galore. It's not just Quincey McAdoo on this team. I mean, Cohen's been impressive. Nice play there by Jackson Hampton. Terrence Hampton had a big play earlier in the game. I mean, it has been
I'm telling you, Clarendon,
one right after another.
They're one of the most impressive teams I've seen in 2A, and we're talking over several years of watching 2A football. They are a team to be dealt with.
Williams
they
trying
have
to
a
go
chance.
up the middle. Desart stuffing him. Is it going to be enough? He's just short of the goal line there.
Wouldn't you agree,
Oh,
Brad?
man,
They really look like they could take it all the way.
Great looking team here. And, of course, again, I don't know draws. I don't know seedings. I'd like to see and we will get to see playoff brackets here. You can look for those playoff brackets on the Arkansas Sports Network. As early as tomorrow. They usually come out late tonight, early tomorrow. You can look for those brackets on the Arkansas Sports Network. We'll be having those, sharing those over well, I guess not tomorrow because tonight's Thursday night, not Friday night. So, but Saturday, and Cohen gets in for a touchdown. And that's 34-0 Lions. But playoff brackets will be coming. Desart will be in those playoffs in the 2A. Clarendon now 1 point away from the mercy rule.
Did not expect this. I really didn't. But you take out the turnovers, and this is probably a 2-score game right now. The onside kicks and the turnovers.
Yeah, it definitely has been, and just big plays. And the fumble pickup by McAdoo scored a touchdown. Then you had another fumble pickup touchdown on that side. I mean, you can't give up plays like that and expect to win, especially against a good team. Velez is up here to kick, and this extra point will keep the clock running if he makes it. So let's see what Here's the kick. It's up. It's no good, so it's 34-0. Not quite in the mercy rule just yet. And so now Clarendon 34 and Des Arc 0. And we'll be back here in just a moment with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week. Back here at the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week, it is Clarendon making a showing here at Des Arc. 34-0 Clarendon with the lead. Big play after big play, and Clarendon has just looked phenomenal here at Des Arc. I guarantee you, not anybody. I mean, Hootens, I believe, had Des Arc favored in this ball game. Des Arc's the number 3 team in 2A. Clarendon come in the number 5 team by Hootens. Velez kicking it. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There's just not much else you can say. Terrence Hampton recovers the ball. That was a short kick and just a live ball there on the ground.
Everything that could go wrong is going wrong for Des Arc. It's frustration on the sideline, frustration coming from the fans, the players, and I mean, you don't try to catch one like that. You know, does that not remind you a little bit of the Reggie Fish in the SEC championship game of the Razorbacks catching it over his shoulder?
But it's a live ball. There was nobody there. Nobody was there. Then in a terrible position was Cooper Childers right there. Childers played a good game for Des Arc.
Yeah.
Just in a bad position. They come up for the
he's a great
kick.
Great linebacker and just a tough play.
All right, so 3 wide receivers to the left. Clarendon has just had the ball most of the ball game here. Williams looking on a little bubble screen out to number 11. That's London Hunter. Hunter gets stopped. Is he going to get anything? Doesn't look like he is. So that's a no gain on the play. No gain on the play, but still second down and 10. So Williams taking the snap, hands off to Cohen. Cohen gets up the middle.
Ball's ripped out. They caught him down.
He's down. That's going to be a 5-yard gain. 5-yard gain there, and so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 6 for the Lions.
So as the 3rd down and 6, we'll go with 6 there, as it's big time play here for Clarendon, big time play for Des Arc. Williams getting Cohen to go to the other side here. Hand off to Cohen. He goes to the left. He's going to be stretched out. Uh-oh. That one was looked like it was out. Of course, there's not a lot of sideline room over there, so something that starts inbounds can go out of bounds. Cohen might have picked up one there. We'll go ahead and call it one. So 4th down and 5. 4th and 4. We'll call it 4. So 4th and 4. Clarendon trying to really put the proverbial nail in the coffin here.
McAdoo over the middle.
McAdoo, he's there.
Wow. Had a beat on the ball. Number 5 did. Just missed it right to McAdoo.
Ball. And Lions are threatening once again. I feel like they've been down here all day long. And again, you know, for Des Arc, things just you play this game again, it just doesn't go this way. You know,
Right.
it's just a snowball.
If it could go
effect.
wrong, it's gone wrong.
Cohen, he gets in. Is he going to get in? Nope, not quite. He's at the 1 yard line. So Cohen coming back looked like he got his bell rung early in the game, but he's had a really good game here. He's kind of the bell count here for the Lions. 15 carries, 54 yards. He's got a touchdown. Got 2 touchdowns off of turnovers. Williams fakes the handoff. He gets up. Is he there?
It's a good job staying right there on the line. No signal. I don't think he got in.
They're going to call it 3rd down.
Number 10 on the carry. He's tackled by number 52, Cooper Chambers.
Williams. For the goal line. They're right there. Next touchdown, 3 minutes and 16 seconds here. Next score, even.
That QB power's been hard to stop, and they did a good job that time.
That size, man. Just look at the size of the line there on Clarendon.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him run the same thing right here. Get him behind that lead back.
Cohen gets up. It's a touchdown.
Oh, he's got it easily.
1 yard touchdown run for Cohen. That makes it, what does it make it? 40-0.
The second half has been a barrage.
It sure has. It's been something. And, boy, again, just really looking good here for Clarendon. Clarendon up 40-0. And, again, just didn't really expect it tonight. Again, I think if you play this game 10 more times, it doesn't play out this way. Velez here to kick it off, or the extra point. Extra point is up. Velez's extra point is no good. And we're going to take a quick break. Clarendon up 40-0. Mercy rule in effect. We'll be back here in just a moment for more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
Leon Cox says they're looking good out there, and they sure are, and I assume you're talking about the Clarendon Lions. They are looking good. Trudy Johnson, she says she is watching. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure that you stay with us. Again, don't forget, Parkview Red and White basketball game. We got Joseph Pinion signing early this week, and who knows from here what's going to happen.
We could have an extremely big play here, Brad, so everybody watch, because I don't think that a Clarendon's going to do anything fancy here with this score, but, I mean, last time it was just a simple up kick just like that, and they struggled with it. That one's going to roll out of bounds. No, it won't.
It stays in bounds. He steps right out of bounds.
I believe he did, and that's – you got to pick it up, though, so, I mean, at least he did that. Live ball.
So, clock continuously runs now. It's kind of shocking, honestly. A little bit. 40-0 is your score. I think if I had to go back and look at Hooten's to see what they had, Hooten's had him in, I believe, in like a 3-point favorite or whatever it was. Watching from Hazen, go Clarendon.
Yeah, Hazen's pulling for Clarendon big time right now.
So,
Hornets.
Yes.
Hazen and Clarendon not far from each other at all.
No.
Big rivalry.
No. Desark and Hazen, big rivalry. Prairie County battle. We saw the trophy there at Coach Pascal's office. Hazen beat Clarendon. Clarendon beat Desark. Desark beat Hazen.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a 3-way possibly tie. Here we'll see what happens. They're moving the ball up now. I don't know what the penalty call was.
Based on what they're doing, I'm going to say
some sort of personal foul. Oh, illegal kick. So ball was out of bounds. So they're going to move it up to the 35-yard line. Again, we appreciate everybody watching. If you have not went and hit your like button, go hit that like button on the Arkansas Sports Network. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube if you haven't done that already. And we're getting ready to get back into action as Flanagan gets under center, brings the motion man to the right. Handoff goes up the middle. And, not much doing there for Kirby.
If anybody on Facebook or YouTube knows the three-way tiebreaker situation, there's still all the starters out here for Clarendon, so it could be a points thing where they don't want, I don't think it's that big of a margin, but it could be they need to win by 21 or something of that nature. So if anybody knows that, let us know.
Jordan Smith over here on YouTube, he's going crazy in the chat. He's saying, let's go. He's fired up.
He is fired up. He is a big Clarendon Lions fan.
So pitch goes to the outside. Uh-oh.
That's not good. That is not good at all.
No, he pulled up hard. Barry rocking. Break, and we'll be back here in a moment with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Back here on the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week, and Vic Barrett says you can only get 13 points on the win. You're right. That is true. We just want to know what the difference is between Hazen, Des Arc, and Clarendon as far as the tiebreak situation goes. As Des Arc lining up a little bit more in a dead T situation now. Flanagan takes the carry, gets up the field, gets about 5 yards there. Let's say 4 yards on that carry, so 4 yards, and that brings up fourth down for the Eagles. We hadn't seen too much punting, believe it or not. Just hadn't been that much going on. Flanagan gets 4. It does look like they might be sending the punt team now, maybe.
Yeah, and Rawkins did get to the sideline on his own volition a little bit, but he was not looking, he was very hobbled doing it. They're still attending to him on the sideline.
And watch out here, McAdoo back to receive the punt.
If I am Des Arc, I'm angling this away.
I'm going to try to kick it somewhere besides there.
They don't. He's going to get a one-hop opportunity. Nope.
Nope, he doesn't touch it. Gets down to about the 22.5, right in the middle between 22 and 23. That's where Clarendon will take over. 1 minute, 5 seconds left here in the third as the clock continues to run. We'll probably get one, maybe two plays here before the fourth quarter. I assume that you're probably going to see a few of the backups here in the fourth quarter for Clarendon. Of course, Clarendon doesn't have a very deep bench over there. There's not many to go to, so we'll see. Ruth Corley says, prayers for number 1 Des Arc player. That's correct. We make sure that it's all right. So somebody's telling us here, Clarendon wins by 2+. They get the 1 seed, Des Arc the 2, and Hazen the 3. So, well.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Barring the miracle of all miracles, that is going to happen. And only weird stuff happens like that in Texas. It doesn't happen in Arkansas. So, anyway, Williams going to take the snap. 1 snap left here in the third quarter, except we've got a penalty, but that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. So we'll take it to the end of the third quarter. It is false start on Clarendon. Clarendon leads Des Arc 40-0, and we'll be back with more of the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week in just a moment.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
We're back here as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of action. If you haven't already done it, please go hit the like button on Facebook. Go hit the subscribe button on YouTube as we're trying to bring you the best coverage in Arkansas high school sports. And, well, we love what we're doing and still trying to plan things out. We'll see what happens in the next week. We'll have announcements out there for you as we get ready for playoffs and hopefully some hoops too. So Williams going to hand the ball off, going off to the right side. That's number 4.
Flanagan's got
Trinell
it.
Black.
Get
Trinell
that
Black
angle.
getting
He's the
around
only
the
one.
edge, and it looks like he's going to go all the way. 30, 20, 10, 5.
They're going to throw the flag. I think he's going to call a little bump on Flanagan. It was behind him a little.
Boy, I don't know. Right, what do you think?
I think that's what it is. Just enough.
That's the first carry for Black all game long. Yeah, it definitely was a block in the back. They got it. They got it right.
And that's just the play that he didn't need to make because he's clearly not catching them at that point. That'll be some teaching material right there for Clarendon head coach to go back over and teach him on that play that, this might not have mattered in a 40-0 game, but it will matter come playoff time.
So the carry went for a touchdown, but it's going to go all the way back here to the 40-yard line. Trinell Black, first carry of the game. He picked up a big one. Black goes back up the middle, gets about 3 there.
Number 4 on the carry. He's tackled by number 55, Chance Eldridge, and number 52, Cooper Childers.
The clock's going to continue to run.
It's second down, 9 for Lions.
Second down and 9.
It's a very tough night for the Desert Eagles. It really, it couldn't go any worse than it has.
No, it definitely could not. Black gets the ball, goes off the right-hand side.
Another flag.
Flag coming in.
Number 4 on the carry. He's tackled by number 52.
So they're calling hold. It's going to be on Clarendon. So 2 big penalties there. Took a score off the board.
Against the Lions. 15 yards from the call of foul.
So, second down and long. What direction is that, Bill? So what we got? Second down and Searcy? Second down and BB here for the Lions. Yeah, we want to say we appreciate each and every one of you that are watching on your TV, watching on your phone, whatever it might be. We appreciate it here at the Arkansas Sports Network. Are y'all looking at the next state champs? I don't know. We might be.
Fumble.
Ball's out. Desark has it.
Yeah, they do. And I think that's Flanagan, ain't it?
That's
it
Flanagan.
is.
He falls on it.
He gets one back.
So Desark gets it. That's a big one there for Desark. Desark going to try to get on the board now. Right now they're just playing for a little bit of pride.
And this, they're not 40 points worse than Clarendon. Like you've said a couple times earlier, it's just what could go wrong, went wrong, turnovers, a couple big plays where they had a guy in position, just mistimed the jumps. And a couple times Quincey McAdoo and some of these other athletes for Clarendon just made the difference. And it's really, though, this could easily be a game reverse that could go the other way a little bit.
So let's talk a little bit about McAdoo as well as we kind of wind things down, this was, a lot of the point of what we do is try to bring you the highest profile players in the state of Arkansas. And Quincey McAdoo has not disappointed tonight.
No, he has not. He's I can't wait to see him in a Razorback uniform. Get him up there, see what they can do in that. We're not 100% what's going to happen next year. Browse will be back or not. They brought in Lavin or Loggins and Dow Loggins, and it's kind of, a lot of people think that Browse Kendall might just be kind of gone. He hasn't really stayed around the place more than 2 years since he left Baylor with his dad, and we'll kind of see how that goes. But I'm excited to see how they use him, and he's one of those players that you can see like a Traylon Burks, where he's a lot of jet sweeps, get him down the field, get him on some returns. Very exciting young man.
Flanagan on that carry, he picked up about a yard, maybe 2 there, and so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Eagles. And, yeah, you're right. I tell you what, McAdoo was originally committed to Florida State, and that was a big flip.
Yeah, it really was.
I mean, this is what I'm seeing tonight. Of course,
Browse was at Florida State.
Absolutely. That was a massive flip there for the Razorbacks, and that type of player, you need the type of player. And of course, Arkansas has flipped Isaiah Sategna of Fayetteville, another very big-time, high-profile wide receiver. In fact, Sategna is actually the top recruit in Arkansas's class now, ahead of McAdoo. So I'd like to see how he plays a little bit of ball.
But getting both of those guys, I mean, Pittman and staff, they're doing their job, and very exciting for the future of the Razorbacks. And we knew when Sam Pittman came, he was a recruiting guy. He's highly respected, and we knew he was going to figure that part of it out. And but hit the trenches as well, and he's doing that and getting his team turned around. Big game this Saturday against Mississippi State.
So halfway point here in the 4th quarter, Flanagan rolls out. He's looking downfield, nothing there. Well, it's going to bring that up 4th down and 11. And Desart right now just trying to get out with no injuries. They got playoff games to play here. They'll looks like at least according to the chat, they're going to be a 2 seed coming in, and we appreciate Brian Dykes saying good job on the commentating. We do appreciate that. We're excited about what we're doing here. I hope that you guys are as well. Desart back to punt. Childers back to punt. And again, McAdoo back there. I would not turn off the TV just yet.
Yeah, this one, he has a lot better opportunity. He's going to pick it up.
He's trying to
get
to the outside.
Flanagan ain't got he's not going to get him.
So Desart trying to keep him in. Good job by Desart there.
Yes.
It was
scary there for a second. It looked like a nightmare coming for the Eagles, but yeah, they did a great job of turning him back inside and corralling him.
So Desart going to start out on the 33. I said Desart. What did I say? Desart. Clarendon starting out on the 33-yard line, and the clock is winding down. Again, we want to remind you, Parkview Red White basketball game on Saturday, 2 p.m. We're going to be transitioning a little bit to hoops. We are still trying to figure out how to make all this work. It costs us $150 a game to do a playoff game. So if you're interested in us doing a playoff game, we definitely need to talk about that. We are very interested in doing playoff games, though, and so we're trying to work with the AAA on that situation. And so you maybe can help us out with that. We'll kind of get some information out there as it comes. Jordan Smith says, nice win tonight, boys. You're right. It's been a big win for the Clarendon Lions.
Yeah, a lot of miscommunication there. You had a player get off the field, then he comes back, and then he kind of steps right back on when they called it or when they snapped it, and ends up being a false start.
Jackson Hampton in for Clarendon at quarterback now.
What's your phone, dude? It keeps dropping. I don't know why. It's short. It did.
3 minutes and 30 seconds and counting here.
Stop looking at that.
Good job stringing that one out.
Yep, Desart doing a good job here, trying to finish it out. You know, Coach Pascal's going to look at this one. I figure he's going to burn this one.
Yeah.
I don't know what you take from it. You know what I mean?
Not a lot. And just exactly, you know, you look at a couple positives, but other than that, you got to burn this one quickly and move on.
And then I'm going to see if I can pull up some playoff scenarios real quick here. As we'll wrap things up here pretty quickly, but Clarendon hands the ball off, gets up the field, and we've got about, what do we got here? Got a 3-yard gain there.
About 2:28 to go.
That was number 2. Number 2 is Ahmad Berry. So 40-0 again is your score. Try to pull up some playoff scenarios here for Arkansas. 2 minutes left here in the ball game.
Yeah, Bigelow, a team that we didn't name earlier, one of those big time
Bigelow
contenders for this state
they
title.
They are definitely
got a great quarterback, running back.
That we talked to Coach Pascal a little bit about today. So, let's see here. First in the 5. I need to pull up our standings here. Let me do that. We'll talk about this in the post game. 5-yard penalty again for Clarendon. So, 1 minute, 15 seconds to go. Clarendon looking at the clock. They're going to wind it all the way down.
If he gets this, that was about a 3rd and 25.
He breaks the tackle. He's gone.
He's gone. That's that number 2 again, is it not?
Ball on the 19. That's an 81-yard touchdown run. That's number 7, Kyle Bowes. And that's a 46-0. And I'm stunned. I can't even begin to tell you how much I'm stunned. I know, again, you play this game 10 more times, this scenario does not work out. It's just not been the Eagles' night at all. So we're looking at
one of those games where it's just kind of it's over right now. Players know it, and you kind of see it on the field. But it wasn't over for number 7 for Kylie Bowes, and a great run by him. Flag on a play. Kick's going to be wide right as well.
Well,
they're going to call it good, but there was a flag.
Well, and that's the end of the ball game. I think they got a flag on the play. Let's see how they handle this. 46-0. Kick was up. It was good. Now we're going to find out what they do. They're going to decline the penalty maybe.
Looks like that's what Pascal was saying. It's good. He's declining.
Coach
pat on the back, and that's it.
That's it. So it was field goal is good, so they're going to go ahead and count it. 47-0 is the final score here. Stay tuned with us here. We're going to talk playoff scenarios here in just a moment as we wrap up this Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week. Clarendon wins 47-0. We'll be back in just a moment.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
Gen Z is a stalled generation.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
So we're back here at the Arkansas Sports Network Game of the Week as we wrap things up. Again, we want to thank the Arkansas Army National Guard. We want to thank Razor Polish for sponsoring us here tonight. And again, we'll kind of get a schedule out to let you know what we're going to do. Parkview Red-White game coming up. Joseph Pinion signing on November the 10th. You want to be tuned in for those things. Looking at playoff scenarios here. Second out of the 6, which would be Des Arc. Des Arc looks like they're going to host a playoff game next week. It looks like it will be Parker's Chapel. That's at least that's who is in that slot right now. I don't know Parker's Chapel and their situation, but Parker's Chapel would be the team at least as of right now. Clarendon set themselves up. They still will host next week, I believe. Let me look here. Clarendon wins the conference championship by virtue of the victory. First out of the 6 hosts the 5th team out of the 8, which is Bearden. And Clarendon going to probably win that ball game.
Bearden's had a tough year. They haven't won a game, but you get 5 in. And,
yes. So 5 in out of each conference. Some conferences only have 5. So that's what it is. And then Hazen, I know there's some people from Hazen hanging on right now. Hazen, the 3rd team out of the 6. I'm trying to find you here real quick. 4th out of the 6. 3rd out of the 6 actually has to travel. Hazen would. They would have to go to the 3rd team out of the 8, which would be Hampton or Parker's Chapel possibly. So, that's a tough conference down there. You got Fordyce Junction, not quite the teams that they've been in the past. I look for Des Arc to fare very well against that conference. Hazen as well. Also, Clarendon, you feel pretty good about their chances. What we watched tonight was a Clarendon team that looks every bit of a state championship contender. Would you not agree?
Yeah, 100%. They've got the size and they've got the athleticism, and they're just fine oiled and tuned up, ready to go right now. And they came in here like a buzzsaw, and Des Arc was not ready tonight and took it on the chin.
Somebody asked if they could can somebody donate for some advertising. Yeah, why don't you send us a message, and we'll get with you about that. We do appreciate that. Maybe we need to put up a Cash App down at the bottom of the screen. That might be something that we look into, especially for playoff games. It does cost $150 to do a playoff game, so we do thank you for that. But anyway, with that being said, we're going to wrap it up. Again, you want to tune in with us Saturday, 2 p.m. We'll have Coach Scotty Thurman, Parkview Red-White game, Arkansas Razorback legend. He's going to be with us on the broadcast, along again with signing of Joseph Pinion, Razorback basketball player. You do not want to miss these things, and we'll get a schedule out about what we're going to do next Friday. Again, if you have not hit that like button, share button, also the subscribe button on YouTube, please do that before you get off this broadcast. We do appreciate you joining us once again. Clarendon wins 47-0 over Des Arc, and we'll be back tomorrow or Saturday with more of the Arkansas Sports Network's Game of the Week.